This is Gromcast, bitch. You better be ready to pound puss or die trying.
Hey! Welcome to the Gromcast. Can you believe it? It's this nondescript amount of times Gromcast. This is season 3. That's right. Season 2 was 1 episode. Yeah, so we're going to start just talking about all the things that we missed when we didn't do a Gromcast for that time. Starting off with the Nintendo Switch, since 3/4 of us have it. I'm going to start off by saying that no games. Mike, weigh in on this.
Yo, what's up?
What's
you just saying no games, and then
just no games. That's it. There's no games. Yeah.
Well, there's Zelda. Zelda's great.
Yeah, Zelda's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a couple $100 Zelda machine.
The only other game I bought Snipper Clips, which is a lot of fun with a group of people.
Yeah, I can imagine.
There's a couple party modes in it that are a lot of fun with 4 players.
Mm-hmm.
Then I also bought Has-Been Heroes, which is a really fun turn-based kind of
I was watching
real-time
the videos. It
strategy.
didn't really seem turn-based, but I don't know. I didn't play it.
It's kind of turn-based in the sense where you're pausing it a lot. You're playing a lot of the game paused and making decisions. But in its core, it's a like real-time strategy almost.
Yeah, I was just gonna wait for the I can't remember. Whatever the Fire Emblem, not whatever.
The
knockoff.
Echoes.
No, not
Echoes.
that's for 3DS, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's not coming to the Switch. They did an indie showcase.
Oh,
and,
the Advance Wars knockoff.
Advance Wars, that's what it's called.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. That
that
kind of
looks
interesting.
good. That looked pretty good because it looks like it's Advanced Wars at its core.
I might pick up Disgaea 5 too when it comes out. I've got Persona for now, so I'm not gonna bother with porting the Japanese version, but
Yeah, I'm still working on Zelda, so I think I'm good on Switch games for at least the time being.
So y'all excited for?
I didn't 100% Zelda, but I feel like I'm pretty much done with it. Like I'll pick it up every once in a while, but I don't really feel the need to 100% anything.
I don't think I'm gonna 100% unless they make finding Koroks easier. Just because I've just been looking for them and I've missed hundreds already.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they just sprinkled them in. They're like, we're gonna develop 10 to 15 types of puzzles and then just toss them in somewhere.
Right.
And the world's fucking huge as shit. So you can imagine there's over 900 of them, and that's pretty easy to believe.
Right. So, I still have to finish that up. So
yeah.
Once I'm done with that, I guess I'll look for more games, or I don't know. Maybe I just won't, and I'll just kind of wait for some more stuff to come out, or just wait for E3 to see what E3 has.
Yeah, that's true. E3 is not that. Holy shit! E3 is not even that far.
It
away.
is not far off.
Holy fucking hell!
We're 2 months away.
Yeah, I can't. It's amazing. I feel like E3 just happened.
It's usually June 13th.
Yeah, something like that. But no, I was gonna say, Breath of the Wild is genuinely probably the best open world game I've ever played.
Yes, I can agree with that.
It is completely open in how you want to play it. The physics system is really good. I've heard some people knock the combat, but personally, I feel like it's alright. It's not super great, but just because of the openness and the way you can play it, you don't even have to use the swords or anything you pick up. You can fight almost every monster with just fucking around with the physics and shit.
Right. And a lot of people complain about the sword breaking or weapon breaking part, but I don't really have a problem with it just because you learn to utilize it. If you throw the sword and it breaks, it does more damage.
Yeah.
So you find ways to utilize it to your advantage.
Well, my only problem with it is that the game can't really give you any meaningful weapons or anything now because they're going to be broken in the next 2 or 3 enemies anyway. So it kind of feels pointless to really go through anything and try and do anything because you're just going to get some shit you're going to break in 5 minutes.
I'm hoping they kind of release a Zelda game kind of fairly quickly, just using the same engine.
It's
almost Majora's Mask style. Just like another year or two down the road, just release another one rebuilt with the same engine. Just because they can fix stuff here.
Yeah,
I'd like to see like the way they did this, but with more actual story to play through.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, that's one of the key lacking parts.
Make more of a actual dungeon rather than the beasts.
The beasts, yeah. I enjoyed them though. For what they are, for the game what it is, you can complete them somewhat quickly. You can just sit down and do them. You don't have to like spend your entire life, and it's perfect for the pick up and go kind of play style that Breath of the Wild really employs.
Right, and I like the fact that they are very not combat oriented.
Mm-hmm.
But it's almost something. The part I miss is the dungeons always felt big in Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
Like even in small games, they felt large to just walk through. And
as far as 3D goes,
Breath of the Wild, the beast just felt very small.
As far as 3D goes, I think Majora's Mask probably had some of the smallest dungeons, and even they felt like rather big just on their own.
Yeah. Well, Majora's Mask felt big because there was a lot of I guess a little bit of backtracking in them.
Yeah, somewhat.
They were, but no, I think they could go back and improve stuff. I'd like to see more of a Dark Souls durability, where you can go back and if you get like this super crazy weapon, you can repair it.
Yeah, the system that they employed isn't inherently flawed. It's just it's like. I could take it or leave it. Like, it's all right, but I wish I could be better or different. Like, I don't know. You go ahead.
Even having like durability they can rebuild, like fix, repair, it'd give more incentive to explore and look for better weapons.
Yeah.
Because right now, like, I like exploring the game. I like seeing the world and like just how everything looks.
Yeah, just the way. But just finding new things.
But treasure hunting isn't worth it in it.
Definitely. That's what I was kind of getting at a little bit earlier. Was like just like doing the monster camps, or if you're just going through shrines to find shit, it's not worth it at all because you can just find some good shit in like 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm. You can the shrines that have the fights against the little guardian things.
Those are fucking terrible.
Those respawn on blood moons.
Mm-hmm.
Those drop really good weapons. You can just literally camp those and grind them and just store up on good guardian weapons.
Yeah. And the Lionels aren't even that hard to fight. Sorry, Ryan, I'm cutting you off, but go ahead. You haven't spoken yet, so.
Well, there's also a shrine inside of Hyrule Castle that's bottom docks that once you get that, I've literally just gone there and grinded for weapons. You just run through the library, go to the armory and grab whatever few weapons are there, then you teleport away, teleport back, and you can just keep getting really good weapons like royal swords, royal shields, like really, really good weapons. And I mean, I've never really had a problem with it. I do get annoyed with them breaking all the time though, because you'll get like a really good weapon there and you'll just have to go back 10-15 minutes later when you break all of them. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not a bad system. It just leads to the weapons and stuff just feeling kind of pointless. Like, in older Zeldas, when you got, like, a new weapon or item or shit, you were like, fuck yes, this is great. But now it's just kind of like another fucking thing.
You also went through more effort for that. Like,
yeah.
Getting the big Goron sword and Ocarina of Time, that actually took, like, that's a puzzle on its own to do that.
Yeah, well, like the golden sword or whatever it was in Majora's Mask, there was like a whole quest line you had to do to get that.
Yeah, it was on the mountain.
I fucking love that sword.
The gilded sword.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I always thought the razor sword was cooler than the golden sword, though.
Yeah.
No, but like, I think it's a good stepping stone for Nintendo to
definitely
reinvent the series. Yeah. But it's another thing where Nintendo's being Nintendo, and I think they almost changed too much. They went back to Zelda's roots, but they almost didn't go back to the roots in the way that they might have should have.
I don't know. Well, Skyward Sword was like their homage going back to their roots, but not like their like 3D roots, you know what I mean? They weren't really trying to build or change anything. I think Breath of the Wild is a really good starting point for them to change, because this game still, in my opinion, feels very Zelda. The only thing it's really missing is a lot of the key story elements, but there's still is story, but it's not given to you in the same way. And they kind of, I don't know, it'd be hard for them to do it where they still have the story that they had, which was, it's pretty thin, but it's still there, and still have it be as open as it was.
Yeah.
It's almost like you have to have, like, a story there, and the same thing, but I guess, like, a different variation of it occurs based on what region you go to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If they did a actual story for it.
Yeah. Well, they kind of wanted you to tell your own story in the way that you could. I mean, that's why they had wherever region you go to, once they open it up to say, you have to go fight the 4 giant machines or whatever, you can go to whatever region and you can do the story there, but they kind of had to be self-contained. They couldn't really cross over to each other because then they wouldn't be able to have it as open as it was, I guess.
Yeah.
I did like how each area had its own, like, self-contained story. That was kind of a nice thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you had, like, the Ruda, or not the Ruda, the Zora, who all kind of, a lot of them hated you when you got there.
Yeah.
And had, like, prejudice against Hylians, and then...
Well, I think, I mean, they're naturally prejudiced against Hylians, but they specifically hated you because you let, what's-her-name die.
The story happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, as someone who's gotten every shrine in that game, I can't confirm it's pointless. All they give you is, like, that stupid original... They give you that tunic that's supposed to be, like, Link's tunic. It's the tunic of the wild, but it really isn't that great.
Well,
and
no.
you could just give the armor or whatever, that one Hylian armor, and just upgrade it. I have that fully upgraded, and I basically just take a quarter heart on every hit, because that's, like, the minimum amount you can take. And I mean, I don't know. There's no point in getting it, and there's no point in getting all the shrines unless you just want all the warp spots.
Well, yeah, and do you know what you get for getting all 900 Korok seeds, Mike? Do you care if I say?
Yeah, no, you can say.
Yeah, he does the dance whenever you want him to.
Yeah. Oh, or is it?
Yeah.
He also gives you a...
Who does the
like
dance?
little...
The guy?
Yeah. Heitsu.
Oh my god.
He just does the upgrade dance when you get all 900. He'll do it whenever you want.
Isn't that a great reward for scouring the earth and finding 900 seeds?
As I've heard about these rewards, I've gone to, like, it's less about wanting to do all the shrines and everything. Like, I'll do them as I get there, and I'll find Korok seeds as I pass them. But I just want to see the world. I want to see, like, all the things that are just kind of, like, hidden in it.
Yeah. That's kind of what I did, what I wanted to do with my shrines. And anywhere along the way while getting those shrines, I kept getting Korok seeds, and everyone out of my way to grab them.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was kind of cool. The one major gripe I'd say is that when you're upgrading your armors, especially with the armor of the wild or whatever, that one that I was talking about that you get for all the shrines, you have to keep finding those dragons that appear in the world and shooting them in different places with a bow. And once you shoot them once, they despawn. So it literally takes, like, forever to get any upgrades on that armor, which makes it basically useless because, like I said, it's not as good as the other armor.
Yeah.
They should have just made it an easier way to upgrade that, because I don't want to wear it now. I'll just wear, like, the Twilight Princess one that I can get, like, upgrades using the star, like the fallen meteorites or whatever. I don't know. I didn't even like the design of it. Yeah. Go ahead.
Speaking of armor upgrades, why do they choose to have a cutscene play every single time?
You can skip past it.
Yeah, you can skip it.
Can you skip it?
Yeah,
I
you
never
just
got
push X or plus or whatever.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it is really annoying.
I started skipping the cooking cutscene.
No, never mind. There's a skip, but it's still annoying they have to skip it every time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
big boob tranny lady takes you up and it's like, and just like either does like one of 3 animations and then
well, I think it depends on what upgrade you're doing.
Yeah, if it's a headpiece, armor, or pants.
I think is it headpiece, armor, Greaves, or is it like 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star?
Oh, I have no idea.
I think it's based on what star rating you're doing.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't know really.
I don't know. It's a fun game.
Another big complaint I've seen from people about the game is the menu system. A lot of people are calling it archaic. I didn't have too much of a trouble with it. The only thing that I can say that I didn't like about it was that, like, if you open a chest and your inventory's full, it's just like, inventory's full, fuck off. And you're just like, okay, why can't you just let me like open the menu inventory from here and choose to swap something out? That's really the only problem I've had with it. Everything else is fairly intuitive and not that tedious, really. Except it's not really a complaint with the menus themselves, but more with just, why didn't they let you cook more than one thing at a time?
Right. Yeah. The one issue I have with menus is you can't click shoulders or triggers to go through inventory categories.
No, you just use the left or right stick. The right stick goes pages, and then the other one.
Yeah, but you still have to go through pages. Why couldn't I just go? Why couldn't I just click triggers to skip every page of a category?
It's a little unintuitive.
Why couldn't I have 3 clicks rather than 10?
Yeah, I'd say my biggest gripe with the durability system, going back to that, since I didn't really get to chime in much, was the shields. When you want to do like shield surfing, they break pretty quick, and it just wastes shields. And I mean, if you want to put in a cool mechanic like that, and then also put in durability related to doing that, it's kind of shitty. Because I wanted to like to ride around on the cool looking shields, and they break, and I'm like, well, they're the better shields. They have a higher durability, but still they break, and then I'm like, oh shit, I wasted it doing snowboarding.
Like, I don't feel like I've broken that many shield surfing. Like the Knight Shield or whatever, the silver one with the red emblem on it, that one lasts pretty long if you use it.
So, what do you guys think of it as a Zelda? We've all agreed that it's really it's above average, probably the best open world game we've played. What do you guys think of it as a Zelda?
Zelda.
It's tied for Majora's Mask for my favorite one.
Is it?
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
I like it as Zelda. I don't like the dungeons. I just wish the dungeons were more Zelda.
That's my
only issue.
That's a fair.
Like, there are things like Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword had super fun dungeons to go through.
Yeah, this game really only has 4 dungeons.
The dungeons aren't even necessarily hard. So
I'm really happy with the direction it's taking this series and the changes it's made, because it was extremely stagnant and something needed to change. Even if they go back and the next game isn't as open as this one, it's still like, I feel like this will have a lasting effect on the series for a while.
I feel like this was in the works even before Skyward Sword, or during Skyward Sword's development.
Yeah, that's possible.
Because Skyward Sword is clearly there to be, this is the start of the timeline.
Yeah.
And they wanted a 25th anniversary thing.
We have a story we want to tell. We don't care how linear it is. We're giving you the story. And the story is the start of the timeline.
I don't think a lot of people are that mad about it being linear. It's just that it fucking holds your hand, and it doesn't really bring anything new to the series. And a lot of people hate the controls, but I never had a problem with them.
See, I like the controls. So
I like the controls too. I thought they were fine.
I never played it.
Yeah, sucks for you. Neither did Christian. He's just been fucking silent as shit this whole time.
Well, it's because he hasn't played Breath of the Wild.
What do you want to talk about, Christian?
Okay.
It was a pretty good Zelda game.
There you go.
Zelda game? I had a good time playing the game.
It's pretty good. Yeah, man. I do like some of the cool elements in there. One thing I'm really pissed about that they should have taken some nods from Animal Crossing is they should have allowed you to customize Link's house in this game more.
Fucking speaking of Animal Crossing, when is the Nintendo Switch Animal Crossing?
What about it?
When is it? Bring it. I put it on my Switch. I want it right now.
I'm going to do a quick Google.
I'll tell you more at E3.
Yeah, if they don't whip out some fucking first-class Nintendo exclusives at this E3, I'm going to be really pissed.
Yeah. So what do you guys think of, do you guys have big expectations for this year's E3? All around?
I have big hopes. I don't know if I don't raise my expectations for anything. I have hopes that the Nintendo will announce some more shit for the Switch.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's a given.
Well, I mean,
hope
more
they
shit
just-
is in, like, I want Metroid, I want Animal Crossing, I want Pokemon, if they can fucking announce a new Zelda, that'd be amazing.
Okay.
Well, not just Nintendo too.
Well, I know, that's what I'm
Speaking
saying.
of Metroid, speaking of Metroid, I wanted to run this idea by you, Tom, because I thought of it like a week or two ago when I was watching Resident Evil playthrough, and I wanted your opinion. What if Metroid took more of a cue from Resident Evil 7, was in some more medium-sized areas with like 4 or 5 in the game, to represent Norfair and all the other classic areas, but it was prime first person, and it went away from platforming, but doubled down on the Metroidvania backtracking, like you saw in Resident Evil 7, where you had to go back and get pieces of puzzles to take to one spot. What do you think of? Do you think you'd like that type of Metroid?
Yeah, I probably would. I'd be alright with that. If they removed, I mean, I don't think they could entirely remove the platforming from it, but as long as there's still some element in that, because I really enjoyed the verticality of a lot of levels in Metroid Prime.
See, that's the thing I didn't like about Metroid Prime. I had like a lot of trouble for some reason jumping up platforms.
There are certain areas that still get me, but I feel like I adapted pretty quick, and it just became kind of second nature to judge it.
I'd like to see Metroid take with the Prime series a more Metroidvania approach, like the 2D games.
Well, you want a 2D game, and I want a 3D game, and you know what they fucking did for Prime? They made both. Why don't they just do that again? Give me a 2D one on the 3DS, and give me a 3D one on the Switch.
Go play the other M. Oh, got him. It's all 2D and 3D. You can't get me on that.
So, I don't know. I'm hoping. I think E3 is going to be big for both, probably Xbox and Nintendo.
Well, they got their new
I'd
system coming out. Yeah.
I'd also say Rockstar is going to be big. I don't know if they're going to do it at E3, but they already announced Red Dead 2's. And that's
Red Dead will most likely be part of.
Oh yeah.
Really,
they'd be stupid as fuck not to show anything.
I don't know what conference Red Dead could be part of. But
Either
I think
Sony
Rockstar
or Xbox, maybe. Yeah.
You want your other M? Here's your other M. Splatoon 2.
God damn it. Anyway.
Splatoon 2.
When does that come out?
Just summer.
They don't call it Splatoon and put the 2 where
I don't think they are.
Is.
They aren't.
They're missing
they aren't,
an opportunity.
They aren't though. That's a terrible design choice. What do you do for Splatoon 3?
Splatoon?
Not just Splatoon 3. I don't know. It's not a pun, so it doesn't work.
It doesn't work. They know they're not going to do that because it's a terrible design choice. If they did that, you hit a roadblock the next game. You can't do anything with it.
What? They're just they're like, oh man, we called the last one Splatoon, so what do we do? We're fucked.
They're gonna do what Back to the Future did with Part 3.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Splatoon Part 3.
There's actually some interesting things I'm looking forward to at E3 this year. EA really hasn't done much with the Star Wars license other than Battlefront. They've had a bunch of stuff in the pipeline, but it hasn't really come to fruition yet.
I expect to see all of that at E3 this year.
That's me too.
Yeah, just dump the whole garbage can.
We know Battlefront 2 is happening. Battlefront 2's been in development. That'll most likely be shown. Whatever BioWare has been working on will be shown because we know they're working on an RPG alongside the Old Republic.
Yeah,
maybe it's their animation. Maybe it's the fixing of their animation issues with Andromeda.
Ha ha ha! Got them. Anyways, also
they have like 2 other branches working on games as well.
Yeah, there's one doing like a Nathan Drake type Uncharted thing set as like a bounty hunter in the Star Wars universe. That'd be cool. Supposedly.
So you want a remaster? You want a new Star Wars bounty hunter?
Are you talking about the canceled bounty hunter game that was supposed to happen?
There was a canceled bounty hunter game, but that's back when LucasArts still had control of it. But EA has been working with. I think they what's the word I'm looking for? Basically, they stole the story developer Amy Hennig from Uncharted. I think Amy Hennig, and they pulled her, and she's now working on that project for them, which is basically like supposedly an Uncharted set in the Star Wars universe, which would be pretty badass. Yeah, but I'm looking forward to all of that this year, and whatever Todd Howard shits out this year.
I don't expect much from Sony this year.
Yeah,
Sony put all their eggs in a basket last year of games that are going to come out this year.
yeah.
I don't even know what they've got going on. What do they got going on?
I mean, like, well, they have the Spider-Man that was announced.
That's gonna be cool.
I hope it's gonna be.
That's probably gonna be cool. So I expect to see gameplay of that, and then whatever else Sony just kind of shows. Sony just kind of gets like third parties at this point to show stuff. They don't really show many first-party games anymore.
I think the only thing Sony could show me is Bloodborne 2. That would get me excited.
Bloodborne 2.
I think Xbox with the Scorpio is going to have a good E3.
I doubt it.
I know. All they have to show is their system, really.
Well,
I'm expecting big games that run well on the system. I'm expecting them to have Rockstar there.
Well, what I'm thinking
Rockstar is going to be what? Okay, go ahead.
I don't know. What I'm thinking about this is that they're gonna F themselves over again. They're gonna fuck themselves over because they're gonna release Xbox One and Windows 10 exclusives, but it's gonna be Scorpio and Windows 10. And anybody with a PC isn't gonna use that as like their console. Then who the hell cares?
You don't realize that there's still a lot of people that will They don't want to deal with a PC. PCs are complicated for a lot of people.
Yeah, but
why would I buy a PC?
I doubt people are gonna be ready to chill out.
If I'm not PC literate and I'd have to spend $1,000 for a PC on par with Scorpio, why wouldn't I buy the Scorpio for like whatever it's gonna be, probably like $500, $600?
Here's what I want to say. I have no idea where this came from, but on the 4chan boards today, this is hot off the presses. People were saying that I don't know their source or anything, but they were saying it was like $5.99 or $4.99 or something.
That's the price that Digital Foundry is guessing.
Yeah, but let's ask what Christian wants to see at E3.
Half-Life 3.
God damn it, Christian. Yeah, I don't know. I hope God Howard shits out gold, man.
I think they're gonna show the Scorpion. I think it's gonna win people over because
I doubt it.
I don't think so.
They've already announced that it's gonna have no patches and all Xbox One games and 360 backwards compatible games
no
patches to automatically upscale them up to the 4K. It just automatically does it like that.
I thought you just meant like they're never going to patch the system. I was like, that sounds kind of bad.
You don't have to upgrade to the 4K versions either.
They just straight up are 4K compatible, which that's awesome.
I don't know.
Where the PS4 Pro, the PS4 Pro, some of the games charge.
I know.
Well, the Pro also isn't like a next gen system, though, is it?
Not really.
Are we talking about the Scorpio or the 1S or whatever? Are they different? I have no idea.
The Scorpio is completely different. The Scorpio is, it's going to be like, the video card's like 6 terabytes or something like that.
Yeah, well, remind me.
Or 6 gigabytes.
6 teraflops.
Teraflops, right.
Teraflops, right. The 1S was the Microsoft solution to the Pro, right? That does 4K stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It runs games like a little better than what the Pro does still.
So the Scorpio is just the next gen Microsoft system.
Basically, they're taking another step. It's still going to be like part of the Xbox One family, I'm pretty sure. But yeah,
you can still play Xbox One games on it. So
it's a much larger step that they're taking than what Sony did with the PS4 Pro.
It's like a third upgrade.
Personally, I'd rather they didn't do that. I'd rather just have a completely new system in like 5 years. Because imagine if Sony did that, and it's like, oh, it's next gen now, and it's like, what the fuck? Last gen started like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, gens used to last that long.
They were about 8 years last time, wasn't it?
8th gen was the first time we had like an 8-year gap.
I'm fine with that. I don't care.
Xbox to Xbox 360 was like 4 years.
Well, that's for the 360, because Xbox came out really late for that, too. The PlayStation, came out in 98 or something? I have no idea, to be honest.
PlayStation 2?
PlayStation.
PlayStation 1?
Yeah.
Xbox came out in 2001.
Mm-hmm. And it was late. It wasn't like...
For that gen? No, that was early for that gen.
Then it came out early then. It didn't... Because they didn't... I guess you're right. There was no Xbox for PlayStation 1 and Nintendo 64.
No. PlayStation 2 was 2000.
2000.
Yeah, PlayStation 1 was 1995.
Well, and Nintendo 64 came out 1996 or 1995.
I think it's
and then the GameCube came out in 2001 or 2002 or something. So it's like 5 or 6 years.
PlayStation had a 6-year gen that time, and Xbox had a 4-year, 2001 to 2005.
I don't know.
Fuck them.
So.
I don't care.
In my personal opinion, I don't think the Scorpio is going to do enough to win people over, since everybody's already bought a PlayStation. Basically, the generations are won by friends. Whatever console your friends are playing is more likely what you're going to be playing. And PlayStation's already sold the shit out of consoles, so I don't think they're going to.
Well, we'll have to see where games are at also. What if Xbox just comes out this year and gives the lineup that like the 360 had?
I don't think they're going to.
That's worth buying.
They're already having problems with their exclusives now. I mean, whatever happened to Crackdown 2, man? Crackdown 2 is just in development hell, supposedly. And,
what's that Platinum game that got canceled?
Sorry, Crackdown 3, not 2. Crackdown 2 already came out.
The Dragon game died.
Yeah, it's gone. Ripping
Yeah.
pieces.
They really don't... Scalebound, yeah. They don't have, any...
Well, Scalebound died because they wanted to do different things with it than what Kamiya wanted to do.
What about that Rare game or whatever?
I don't know.
No, I know. It died. It died because of that reason, though. They didn't want to give Kamiya the creative decisions he wanted to do.
Yeah, but what about the Rare game or whatever, that pirate one? That's basically the only one that looks like half decent. That's an Xbox game that I want to get, but it's also Windows 10 exclusive. Yeah, but so I'm not gonna buy it.
But we already know that the PC players, the Xbox isn't going for those. It's going for the demographic that is console and doesn't have a PC to play games.
Yeah, but this generation, basically, PlayStation stole everyone. I hardly know anyone with Xbox anymore who talks about Xbox. And if they are, they're not talking about the one, really.
Yeah, people play PlayStation. PlayStation's won the hearts of this generation, at least, and it's not going to be a very simple feat to move people over to the Xbox One, I'm assuming.
No, it's not going to be simple, but I also don't think it's necessarily going to be impossible. So
I don't know. I don't believe Scorpio is going to be what they need. I just believe it's just going to be another console that goes out to a okay release and no one ends up really buying.
If it can promise and deliver on 4K graphics for a $500 price tag, that's something that if you have a 4K TV, that's something that you're not necessarily going to be scared to drop money on.
Man, you know what?
People drop money.
Push 4K. We should definitely not push 4K.
Because
games can hardly do 1080.
Yeah.
People drop money on the $600 PS3 at launch. 500 is like nothing into that.
Mike, I just realized Todd Howard's probably not going to show much. He's probably just going to shit out his Fallout 4 VR thing. Remember that?
He's probably going to show Quake.
Quake? Yeah, he won't show that. That's not him. He only works with the specific Bethesda titles there. Bethesda might show it, but
Bethesda's thing will probably show Quake. But I don't know what else Bethesda's going to have.
I know they're definitely going to show off
for the Switch.
Yeah, they're going to show that off. They're also going to show off.
They're going to show off Aisha Tyler.
Yeah, that's true. Fallout 4 VR.
Isn't that Ubisoft?
Yeah, Aisha Tyler is Ubisoft.
I meant E3 in general, not Todd Howard specifically.
Yeah, but
Ubisoft E3 this year.
Last year, he's like, we're gonna have Fallout 4 VR for the HTC Vive, and so now this year they're probably gonna show a better working version of it because they showed concept footage last year, basically.
But VR is dead. No one cares anymore.
Exactly, but they're trying to keep that, trying to keep it going. Also,
Yeah.
I think this year that Bethesda's gonna have Wolfenstein 2, whatever of the new series coming out. I'm pumped for that. I really like the new Wolfenstein they came out with. It was a pretty decent first-person shooter, more arcadey, like an original Wolfenstein game. I mean, it had the same type of feel, and I like shooting Nazis.
Yeah,
I don't know about you
you
guys.
said that. You like new shooting Nazis. You really are excited for your World War II shooter.
Oh yeah. Also, we got that Call of Duty, supposedly World War II, man.
Let's hope Sledgehammer doesn't ruin it.
Hey, I'm hyped for another World War II Call of Duty. I just beat Space Call of Duty, where I fought Jon Snow in space, and it was interesting. But like,
Why do you say that? Did they like literally have Kit Harington?
Yes,
or
it's
something?
Kit Harington.
Okay.
Harington was the enemy.
His voice, his face, it's all in there, and you basically fight Space Jon Snow. He's got the whole scar thing going on too, like Jon Snow.
Jon Snow has scars.
I think so. I think he has a scar, as far as I remember.
don't think
Maybe
he
not.
does. I mean, he probably's got one from when he was stabbed a fuck ton of times. Well, let's not spoil Game of Thrones here.
Yeah, man. But basically, I don't know. Space Jon Snow was cool. I beat it, and I'm just ready for World War II again, because it's like default type of Call of Duty. It's what the original people want.
I mean,
The
if
people who are gonna buy
if
the
you
game.
guys are playing it, I'll play it. I have no objections to World War II, really, besides it's been done before, but everything's been done before, so whatever.
It's just if they can do it well.
Yeah.
Although I do have to say, Infinite Warfare with Space Jon Snow is probably the best campaign in a Call of Duty yet. the most open and like the best type of Call of Duty. I mean, I guess it's not really open. You can just choose whether or not you want to do specific missions, and the missions always go the same way. So it's not like open in that concept, but it's like you choose the order, I guess.
And you can choose whether or not to play the game. Ryan, I think you made the wrong choice.
Yeah,
Got him.
I pressed F
I
to
just
pay
peeked the fuck out
respects.
of the mic.
Oh. Yeah. But,
Did you all in this game? Did you press F to spoil Game of Thrones?
No, you press F to.
I already did that. I didn't have to push any buttons.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Well,
don't know.
let's talk about Game of Thrones. We can talk about that here, as long as we don't spoil too much. How excited
back
are we
in
for the new
July.
season?
I'm hype.
Yeah,
I'm upset.
Why?
I'm fucking
Because
upset.
there's only like 13 episodes left of
Yeah,
the show.
It's fucking
The
almost
next
over.
season's like 7 episodes, then the following season's like 6 episodes.
Yeah, because they said screw the books, screw you. What's his name?
George Miller.
George R. Martin.
Yeah, that's it.
Screw you, George R. Martin. We're just doing our own thing, and I like it because now every episode isn't like filler shit like it was in the previous seasons. This whole last season was the best season of Game of Thrones so far, in my opinion.
I still like the first season the most.
First season's good.
First season is probably the best.
But that's also because they weren't holding back then either. They were like, yeah, we could just do every episode as something awesome
I think
going
just the air of
You
like,
know,
you don't know what's going to
first season-
happen.
the first season followed the book like 1-to-1.
in.
Yeah, practically. There's the book had a little more I think symbolism in it, and a little I think
It
some
was-
of the dialogue was a bit different, but
It was a very close follow. though.
yeah, it was extremely close.
I don't know. I'm excited.
You know what I'm excited for?
What?
The rest of season 3 of Rick and Morty because it debuted on April 1st.
You know what else
Oh,
debuted on April
screw
1st?
that
Attack on
shit.
Titan. I hadn't. Was that planned? I can't remember.
it was planned because right when Toonami started at 12, Tom mentioned it and was like, Samurai Jack and Dragon Ball Super will be on next week at the regularly
Yes,
scheduled time.
Screw Rick and Morty. I don't care about
So
that show.
from
Give me
around
my long-awaited Samurai Jack.
from around 8 o'clock to midnight, they looped the episode nonstop, and I could not be happier.
Hey, and
I couldn't have been more angry.
Something like, since you're editing this, you can just mute that whole portion and just skip past it, okay? Hey guys!
The one time Christian says anything, it's just like, fuck you, Christian.
Yeah.
So,
I watched Rick and Morty, but I still haven't started watching Samurai Jack yet.
I haven't watched either of
Like-
them.
neither have I.
Samurai Jack's a masterpiece.
I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of. I wasn't a big fan of Rick and Morty's comedy style. I watched like 3 episodes and just kind of was like, nah.
I want my fucking Szechuan sauce.
Is there a cat On your mic, Mike.
Yeah.
That is it.
It's the 8th member of Grommet Games.
Which cat is this?
It's Taz.
Hey,
Hi, Taz. Welcome.
You're often a problem child, Taz.
Yes.
Holy
But,
shit, it's 12 o'clock already.
Yeah.
Well, way to date our episode.
Way to time our
Yeah,
episode.
we time our episode. Also, we're about 45 minutes in, just in case anyone was wondering, but that's
Go on,
also
man.
with all the filler from
Does
the
that mean I can
so
leave
probably
now?
more like a half hour.
So, Tom,
Hmm.
are you gonna release your review of Ghost in the Shell?
No. We can talk
Good.
about it here. I don't feel like I had anything worthwhile to add to the discussion of the show.
Yeah,
Besides-
me and Tom went to the movies and saw Ghost in the Shell together, and it was okay.
It was all right. It was problematic, let me tell you. I can't believe they cast a white person to play an Asian person. No, I'm gonna be straight up
Yeah.
honest. I don't care about all this PC shit, but it did take me out of the movie. The main cast is white, with the exception of Beat Takeshi and Chin Han, and I'm, like every single fucking
Kitano.
person besides the main cast in the movie is Asian, except for the main cast. And you're just like, why are all these people just white people? Why? I don't. It doesn't like they give you a reason. They're like, oh, we can cast a white person to play this Asian character because we just built her a cybernetic body, and it's just a white person because we felt like it. But it's still like it wasn't.
Well,
Like I don't care, but it did take me out of the movie a little bit.
if you Tom, if you want to spoiler alert, first of all, if you want to get into it, she's an Asian woman inside of a white person's body.
That's what I said. They
whitewashing on
built
the
her
second
a
level.
body, and it's a white person for some reason. They're just like, well, it's a white person.
I mean,
get
I
over
don't
it.
know. As someone who has never seen the anime, and this is their first like delve into the Ghost in the Shell universe, it's just cool. It made me see why so many people like it and see what it kind of inspired. I mean, things like Deus Ex and stuff like that. It's very in that like niche era. It's like cyberpunk type of thing.
is what it's called.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was cool. I liked it.
I can tell you what I didn't like about it.
Lack of nudity.
Yeah, well, first of all, that is kind of weird because the original anime was gratuitous in its nudity, and this one's just like, we just didn't give her nipples because we didn't feel like it.
Yeah, Tom really wanted to see Beat Takeshi naked, man.
I did. I couldn't wait. I heard he was in the movie, and I was like, hell yeah. But no, he never got naked.
Wait, who?
Beat Takeshi?
Takeshi Kitano.
He's actually in the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like a really famous Japanese actor.
Well, I know who Takeshi
My also
Kitano. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know who he is.
yeah
We
from
watched the
Takeshi's
fucking
challenge.
video together.
Yeah, Takeshi's challenge. Anyway,
Well, I mean, that's not what I've seen him in Battle Royale and shit, but
yeah,
I feel like he always. I've only seen him in like 2 or 3
I don't
things,
know.
but I
My-
feel like he always
I-
plays the same character. But
I'd say my favorite part about Takeshi Kitano being in that movie was everyone else spoke English except that motherfucker. He
Yeah.
would not speak English.
does he know?
He probably
can he?
doesn't know English. He's
I
just
doubt he
like,
does.
I will speak Japanese, cast actors who understand Japanese, and have them talk to me. It's like that's what they did, and it was beautiful. It's 10 out of 10.
I mean, like
That's
that goes
pretty
back to the whole everyone's super Asian except for the main cast.
I don't know.
And the one woman who they encounter
Alex-
later, I'm not going to spoil it, but the Japanese woman, you probably know what I'm talking about. She had a
Yeah, I
very
know.
thick Japanese accent.
Yeah, man.
I
I
don't
like
know.
Secure Specs, man. He's my favorite.
Bateau, yeah, he was played by. I can't remember his name. He's like a Finnish dude or something. Yeah, he was one of like the. Like, I'll forgive this. Like, if he was the only white person in the movie, it would have made total sense because he looks exactly like the anime character.
Go, man.
I think
Then,
his eyes could have been like his cybernetic
Secure
eyes
specs.
could have been a little bit bigger, but I got used to it.
His name is Johann Philipp Asbach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
He was in like a Finnish drama or whatever Finnish.
He's also in
Polish?
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, he is in Game of Thrones.
Yeah. I don't know. It was cool. I liked it.
They also, going back to what I didn't like about the film, they over-explain things. Well, I don't know. They didn't over-explain things. I think they explained things enough for a general audience of PG-13 to be like, I understand fully everything that's happening. But the original movie wasn't really like that. It was kind of like, it was more cerebral, whatever. I don't know. I kind of missed that a little bit. The gore and the violence, it's a PG-13 movie, so obviously you're not going to see people's chests and heads and shit explode. And there's no nudity. There wasn't really any language either, although I've only seen the dub version of the original movie, so they could have changed that as well. I don't know. The acting is better than the original movie, if you can believe it, than the English dub from 20 years ago of an anime. But I feel like Scarlett Johansson did a fine job. She did an okay job. There was one part, I told Ryan about this already. I think I was laughing during the film, actually. During the tank buster scene where she rips the door off, she is giving like 25% to those grunts. She's ripping the door off and her body's coming apart as she rips this door off. She's exerting so much force, and this is like almost exactly how she sounds. I'm like, really? You're ripping your body apart, and that's what you sound like? But I mean, that was really the only big quip that I had with her performance, besides being, I mean, she's a robot, so she's like, oh, I'm gonna play this a little flat, like I'm not really gonna be like super emotive or anything. But she's not a robot; she's a cyborg, so she can be as emotive as she wants. But it's not.
She's a popular actress, but she's gaining popularity, through the Marvel movies.
Well, I think she's playing the same character essentially.
She is a pretty flat actress, even in those movies. So it's
that's the character she's playing, and that's the character that she plays. So
they really relied on Scarlett Johansson bringing in the crowds, and I think it might have backfired a little bit on that.
Backfired so hard. That movie got panned, and I'm convinced that's why. If it featured a Japanese actor, it would have gotten praise, because for one thing, it's got a Japanese actor instead of a white person, and it's a good movie because it's got the Japanese actor in it, and it's pretty much just a straight down the line, like, decent movie. So
Mike, you might want to cut that.
Can we talk about one thing though about actors being portrayed in anime movies wrong?
What's that?
Can we talk about how Japan gets no flack for casting a full Japanese cast for Full Metal Alchemist and Attack on Titan?
Because you can't be racist towards white people, apparently.
You can't do it. All right.
Two clearly Japanese setting, or two clearly German settings with full Japanese casts.
Yeah, but no one gives a shit over there. I mean, maybe there is some kind of minimal outcry.
No, but like we have people here who don't know the source material who are like, this is fine.
Well, no, what I'm going to say is
Japanese actors are fine.
That's a Japanese movie for a Japanese audience, right?
Yeah.
So no one in the West really cares, because
right.
0.001% of the population over here is going to see that movie. So there's no real outcry from us. Maybe there is over there, a small outcry. For one, I think in Japan they're just less PC in general. I know.
Oh, they don't care.
I think they're more PC than you think they are, but they're still. It's like not even close to how is it over here.
They won't protest something because they dislike an actor or something.
Yeah, I think
Scarlett Johansson got announced, and they were all like, "She's hot. I'm okay with this."
I don't know. I haven't seen anything on the Japanese reaction to it.
I saw reactions when she was first announced, and they were all like, "She can probably do a good job. I'm fine. I'm fine with this. This isn't bad." So it's like,
I know. Oh, here I can go back and say another. I just remembered another thing that I didn't care for in the movie. They really overdid the future aspect of the movie. Like, the anime feels like it's in the future, obviously in the future, like pretty distant, but like it still seems like it's a modern, mundane world. And
it feels like the usual. It feels like the usual anime in Neo Tokyo.
Well, yeah, cyberpunk is what it is, and this is just fantasy bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
this is like Star Trek,
It's-
Star Wars type shit. I mean,
It's Western future.
I don't even want to go that far, because I mean things like Deus Ex and shit like that are also very similar to what you see, and I think even like Blade Runner, this is like Blade Runner on steroids. Like, the hologram, there's 3D holograms on every single building, and like they show the road and it's like super colorful, and these holograms are like flying across the road and shit. It's like, all right, this is a little bit too much. Like, this, it's not like, oh, this is like like the whole aesthetic of cyberpunk is like it's neon and it's dark and rainy, whatever. That's like the surface bullshit, but it's like just out of reach technology wise, and this is just like 200 years, 300 years from now, even if
And I
it's
mean,
possible.
let's be real. How likely do you think it is that Blade Runner 2049 is going to one up that,
I don't want it to
or
one-up
try
that.
to?
I hope it doesn't. I hope it Ridley Scott directed that movie. And it feels very a lot of the buildings and shit feel very Giger-esque. I don't know if that's intentional or coincidental or not. But you know, I mean, how have you guys seen Blade Runner? Even like recently?
Yeah,
remember?
I saw Blade Runner.
Yeah. Like, all the buildings are very intricate, and they have like they're very, I can't fucking, I'm losing my train of thought here. They have a lot of detail and shit, and like the buildings just look like big blocks with big pipes and shit coming out of them, and then you go to the city and it just kind of looks like New York, and then it's dark, and it's very dark, and I shouldn't have said New York. I should have said more like an Asian town or something like Tokyo. And it's just very hazy, and then you just have the billboard in the back, like the ad in the background, and you just see this woman kind of in the distance with this haze, and it's very, I don't know, it's very moody. What they did in Ghost in the Shell is not moody at all. It's just, wow, look at all these fucking ads.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Can't
But
confirm.
as far as, let's see, who's writing 2049?
I know Ridley Scott doesn't have anything to do with it.
Well, no. Is he even still alive?
I'm pretty sure. He directed, what was that terrible movie? I'm not going to
Prometheus?
remember right now. No, not Prometheus. Did he have anything to do with Prometheus either?
Which terrible movie?
I don't know. There was some bad movie that I
Yeah,
was like,
he
wait,
did
Ridley
have
Scott
to do
directed
with-
this? I was like, how did he
Okay,
fucking...
so the people writing Blade Runner 2049 are Hampton Fancher, Michael Green, and a couple others. But I'm IMDbing them right now.
I'm about devastated.
I mean, Hampton Fancher wrote the original,
Are you talking
Blade
about
Runner.
Exodus, Gods, and Kingstown?
and Michael Green, he wrote Green Lantern. So I mean, it's a toss-up at this point, because they've got the original writer for Blade Runner, and they've got the asshole behind Green Lantern.
Mm-hmm.
But
Hold
also
on,
he
I'm
wrote
looking at
Logan.
it as
He also wrote
IMDb.
Logan.
I just sent it. I just sent all the movies he's ever directed. But yeah, I mean, Ghost in the Shell is someone who's never seen the anime. I thought it was an adequate movie.
Yeah, it's entirely adequate. It's fine. It's worth seeing. Maybe he didn't direct it.
Visually
Maybe he
look
produced
good?
it or something. But there was some
good,
pile of garbage that I
visually?
saw Ridley Scott's name on. I was like, holy hell.
What, Mike?
Does it look good visually?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks alright.
All right.
Scarlett
I'm gonna-
Johansson looks
I'm
good
gonna
visually.
dip
I
out
mean-
of the cast.
Okay.
I hate to do it mid-cast, but
No, you're alright. If you need to go, you need to
No,
go.
it's fine.
all right.
Look up.
See ya.
Have a good night.
See ya. Yeah, good night.
Yep, see ya.
Well, glad we got rid of that fuck.
Yeah, now that that fucking asshole's gone.
Now we can actually get to the real Gromcast, guys.
No, so,
Oh, I was gonna just say
It's-
something right before you go, Mike. Movies nowadays, like, all of them look fake. The CG looks fake. Like, it looks really good. Like, you're like, wow, shit, that's some really good computer animation right there. And that's the extent of my feelings for Ghost in the
That-
Shell.
what-
Wow, that's some really
who
good
you-
computer animation.
we are kind of getting to that point where there's so much CG where you have things like Star Wars that did a good blend where it looked really, really good.
Mm-mm.
You almost need that
The
blend
prequels?
to really
Is that what we're
make-
talking about?
No, 7.
Oh, 7. Yeah, 7
No,
for
man.
sure.
That thing was
Nah, man.
fantastic.
I don't know why
Nah,
I
man.
forgot that existed for a second. I thought you were
Nah,
talking
man,
about the prequels. I was
Yoda.
like, are
Have you
for
seen
real?
prequel Yoda? Looks amazing, man. Amazing.
No, 7 looked really, really nice,
Yeah,
and I
7
think it's
does.
just
Well, a lot
because
of 7 was not CG. A lot of it was, but then a lot
Well,
of
no,
it was.
they combined
Practical.
a lot of practical with CG, and it really helped.
Yeah.
I think that's what movies are gonna learn to start doing a lot more of.
Well, it's like
But it's gonna take time to learn. Really,
Mad Max. That
No.
movie looks fucking great, and it's like it got fucking huge awards for practical effects.
Yeah.
And
well, practical effects. The problem is practical effects take more money and effort, and
Yeah.
production companies don't want to do it anymore. Even though if they're done well, they look 1,000 times better than CG, and they also hold up better. You look at the Star Wars prequels now.
they look terrible.
That is rough.
I don't know if they look terrible, but they don't look
Talking
good.
about-
And
They're-
that's I think that's a lot to do with George
Lucas.
Lucas's direction.
Well, there are part of those prequels that just they look bad.
Mm-hmm.
The what is it? The Naboo scene where Anakin's like riding around on the buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the worst scenes I've ever seen in like CGI now.
Yeah.
It's so bad. It's so like blatant that that thing is not actually there.
Yeah.
Not because my brain is like that thing doesn't exist, so it's not there. It's blatant because it just looks like a cartoon.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was really early. I don't know really early, but it was pretty early CG effects too.
It was pretty early CG for what it was being used for.
Mm-hmm. I mean, things
'Cause
like
that movie
Tron
was, what,
came out
2001?
millions of years ago, but
What was Attack of the Clones? 2001,
yeah.
2002, 2002. So, yeah, that's pretty early for CG to be used like that.
Mhm, yeah.
Mm.
That
Yeah.
extensively.
Because even the clones that the CGI budget was spent on,
Oh man, they looked amazing.
They look pretty fake.
they they're starting to show pretty much also.
Well, and
There's
all
still
the clones and shit in 7 are all actual costumes. I'm
Right.
sure there's a few CG ones, but
I would say the only thing that really holds up is sabers.
is what?
Well,
The lightsaber effects.
the lightsabers aren't that hard to do, just a beam of
I
light.
know.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, they still even still they look better in the new one.
Yeah. Well, the new one that they changed like the mechanics of how the weight that they feel that it like looks like to wield the lightsaber.
Well,
At least
I
it
mean,
looks
it's
a
not
lot
just that;
heavier.
it's the lighting on them too.
No,
but
the lighting they
Yeah,
used
that's true.
they used actual
Yeah,
they used like the FX lightsabers where they
Mhm.
actually like glue.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
actually glowing while the actors were holding them.
That's why they
Which probably
were able to
helped.
get a lot of cool lighting effects where it like reflected off the face and stuff. Yeah.
Well, and
Because
and
they-
just going back to special effects in general and keeping it Star Wars related, I guess, because that's our topic. What was this shitty one that just came out last year?
Mm.
What?
Rogue One. Everyone was like, "Oh my god, that explosion looks so good," and I'm like, "Really?" It just kind of looks like generic, like 2010-esque, like disaster movie.
I still never saw it, so I can't really vouch for anything.
Yeah, you don't bother seeing it. It's not anything special.
I saw it.
Ryan
it was-
really liked it. I
was
know a
good.
few people that liked it.
It was
I have-
okay.
I have a friend who's very like hardcore Star Wars, and even he was like, "Yeah, it was all right."
It's not a Star Wars film, really.
This is a kid who went to see Episode 7 like 5 times in theaters. So
Episode
and
7 was Star Wars. Like Rogue
Episode
One.
7 was.
I'm gonna quote Red Letter Media. They got Star Wars wrong.
I heard it was more like a war movie than anything else.
It's more
What,
of just a
episode 7
shitty,
or Rogue One?
No. Rogue
moody,
One.
flat, terrible, long, boring. I don't care about anything that's happening.
I'll probably rent
Darth
it on
Vader was the
Amazon when I
best
see
part
it.
of that film, and that's
He made a dad joke. Darth Vader made a dad joke and then walked off set, and then
That-
he comes in at the end of the movie and makes a cool thing.
that scene that when he came in and he was just fucking wrecking everyone was amazing. But it's
Yeah, I heard
still
that.
like this is where we're at now, where rehashing Darth Vader is the best thing in the Star Wars movie.
Yeah, I heard that as like what stole the show. That movie was
Yeah.
that final scene with Vader.
That it was really cool.
I'll probably
it was
watch
really
it. I'll
just
probably
awesome.
I'll probably rent it to see it. I'll probably rent it on like Amazon or something when it's
Mhm.
available.
Is it
am
not
excited.
available? I can't believe that the movie's not out yet.
Available to rent. I think it's only available to buy right now.
Have they come out with a trailer for what's the new
Solo?
movie called? No, the Jedi one. Last of the
Oh,
Jedi.
you mean in episode
The
8?
Last Jedi, yeah.
Episode 8.
Yeah. Have they come out
I
with
don't
a
think so.
trailer yet?
Besides their little
No.
teaser with Mark Hamill or whatever.
If they release a trailer anytime soon, you can probably expect it May 4th.
I see. Well, like, I mean, I'm excited for the new one since this
Oh,
new
yeah,
trilogy's
definitely.
got us all like. J.J. Abrams did a good job of getting the new trilogy to be like something that people can look forward to.
I'm
at least.
worried about the new one, is what I am.
Oh,
Yes.
worried? Why?
Because if it's just The Force Awakens, like if they just do the same exact thing again, where it's just like, oh, it's episode 5, but we changed it a little bit. Here you go.
But-
I'm gonna be really disappointed.
But Tom, it's The Last Jedi. It's not The Last Order Strikes Back.
I don't
When they-
want them to rehash Star Wars anymore.
No.
I want them to do something new, and I want them to not suck at it.
I'm scared parts of Empire will be kind of rehashed.
It will be.
I'm-
I have no doubt in
I'm-
my mind that it's going to be.
I can almost guarantee the parts of Empire that will be rehashed will be Luke training Rey, similar to Yoda training Luke.
I feel like the whole movie is going to be exactly what Episode 7 is, which is just a remake, basically a soft reboot of what Episode 4 was.
You think he's going to train Rey for like half the movie, and then she's going to fly off to somewhere where they're in a trap?
Yeah, definitely. That's exact. It's going to be the same movie.
Then she's going to fight Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren's going to be like,
And then
I
she's gonna
am
lose
your
the hand.
cousin, and she's going to be like, oh fuck.
I think what's gonna happen, right? You with me?
Mm-hmm.
Is that it's gonna be a crossover with the Star Trek universe, and since what's his name, the guy from
Abrams.
Shaun of the Dead,
Oh,
Sean Pegg.
Sean Pegg, yeah,
Simon
he's gonna
Pegg.
Simon Pegg, yeah.
Sean.
Simon Pegg's gonna come in, and since he played the junk guy, he's actually her father. He just like gave her less food,
And he's also Scotty.
yeah, and he's also Scotty, and that's where the crossover is gonna be.
He got in a terrible transporter accident, and
Yeah,
he
he-
became.
He
the
got
big
transported
plugging
into an alternate universe and get merged with that thing. Yeah, and then he's Scotty, and
Oh.
and then Chekhov's there because he's dead with with Paul Walker.
I don't know. I really do understand the fears, because I think we all had that fear after
Yeah,
Episode 7. We all left in. It was like, they're just not going to make are they making the original trilogy again, just with better effects?
Don't get me
and-
wrong. I love Episode 7, but I don't want to just see Episode
Oh,
5 and 6 remade again. I definitely.
I've
don't
seen
wanna see
7.
that. I won't go.
I've seen
if-
7 like 6 times so far, so it's like I love the movie. It's really entertaining, but
It's
yeah.
really entertaining. It looks really good. It sounds really good. It's a solid movie. It's just
But
it
it
doesn't
is
bode well for
Episode
what's
4.
happening.
It is Episode 4 again, though. That's the problem.
Well, and it's exactly what everyone wanted. It's exactly what everyone wanted when they wanted it, and it delivers. It's really great. It's got great performances, great action. It looks good. I mean, I've already said this. It looks good, sound good, and it works well as as an action movie.
But now make its own story.
Mhm,
Make this
exactly.
trilogy make its own story.
They've got some interesting things they can do with Kylo Ren,
well, they kind of already
With
started
Rey.
doing like interesting stories, like showing a stormtrooper who's redeemed himself.
well, that's
There's
Like, just the way
Showing-
Kylo Ren's character is, I could see them doing something like Starkiller from the Force Unleashed games. Just make him like uncontrollable force pulses.
Mhm.
Like, that'd be cool to see, like, him just, like, blowing through armies just because he's, like, just
I
using,
mean,
like, force just detonate bombs in the middle of them,
I mean,
basically.
yeah, it'd be cool. I really want to see what Captain Phasma's gonna do.
Yeah. What's her name?
Did
What's
she
that
get-
woman's name? I forgot.
You
Brienne?
Brienne of Tarth?
Well, yeah, Brienne of Tarth, but whatever her
The actress? I don't know the
yeah, I don't
actress.
know. I can't remember her name. They didn't like. They were like. They like talked it up. They're, oh yeah, we got this great actress. She's a strong woman.
Gwendolyn Christie.
Yeah, Gwendolyn Christie, and you never see her face. Like, it's like, all right, okay,
Yeah.
she's like a non-character. She's just, oh, I am the robot woman. Fear me.
Well, yeah, Phasma really had a very minor role in this. It'd be interesting to
I
see
mean,
what they're
that's
going
all
to do
right.
with her.
I really have no problem with her character or anything.
Well, I guess yeah, it's sort of like a Boba Fett type of thing where he had a really minor role. Like he was in there, but they didn't really do much
Well,
with him.
No, that's basically, that's what she was. She was Boba Fett.
No, she didn't do anything though. What did she do in the film?
What did
did
Boba
Boba
Fett
Fett
do?
do?
Boba
What
Fett
did Boba Fett
fucking
do
he
until
tried
the
to kill
sixth
them and he
movie?
died. She was just, I'm a mean commander. Oh,
Boba
you
Fett
got me.
really didn't do
Tom,
much, man.
Boba Fett didn't do anything until the 6th movie.
I know he didn't, but he still did something.
He was in episode 5, he did nothing.
He was in episode 5, and they showed him like they're like, you need to go after these people, and he just like picks it up and like pieces.
Yeah,
off.
but they already put Phasma in the trash compactor.
She died. It's done.
Yeah, it's
Right.
over. Sorry,
well,
Gwendolyn
they
Christie.
put Boba Fett in a Sarlacc pit.
Yeah, but he's supposed to be dead. Like when
we don't-
George Lucas wrote that, he wasn't like, yeah, he's still alive though.
Yeah, he was. George Lucas looked upon
Dead
it.
right
When he realized that Boba Fett was gonna make him millions of dollars on action figures, he's like, yeah, he's probably still alive.
No, what he said right is when Scotty got transported to Star Wars, Boba Fett got transported to Star Trek.
Oh, I
And
see.
then-
That makes sense.
And Boba Fett actually he got transmatted into looking like Benedict Cumberbatch, and he was actually Khan.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. So that
Yeah.
that makes sense why Spock just totally went out of character, because Spock's brain was actually sent to the other dimension, and he was I don't know, I can't think of a shitty character to make Spock in Star Wars. he's Phasma. There you go. He's
No,
Phasma.
no. Watto.
Yeah, sure.
Ani.
Yeah, he went. Because that. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Because he went in a different time period than what's his name.
Fine, Sebulba, man.
That's still a different time period.
Yeah, I know. I'm just making obscure
Yeah, we're
references
just
to
making
episode
shitty
1.
memes now.
Everyone loves obscure references to episode 1 characters.
Oh, alright, we're running into meme territory and obscure references, so we have anything else to talk about tonight?
What did we talk about? We talked about
We
Breath
talked
of the
about
Wild.
Switch and Breath of the Wild a lot.
Switch.
E3.
We covered E3 a little bit.
I could talk about Persona and Nier and shit, but I'm talking to myself because you guys have no idea.
Yeah.
I can say in Persona, I didn't want to spoil myself at all, really. So I've been kind of not really paying attention. But you can bang your teacher, so that really surprised me.
Okay.
Can you?
I sent the thing to the chat already. You can scroll up and find it. I don't want to spoil anything. I'll tell you about it afterwards. Nier
Here's the
is
question,
really good
though,
too.
Tom.
What?
Here's the question.
Go ahead.
Did you?
I'm not that far in the game yet, but punk rock doctor for life. So.
Oh,
you know.
you just found out about it? You aren't
Yeah,
there
well,
yet?
I mean, I'm gonna like go through some of the conversations with her because it levels up your persona ranking, so you can make stronger personas. But I'm not gonna go all the way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I've never played those Weeaboo games, so I can't say shit about them.
And Nier,
I like its style a lot.
Oh yeah,
Persona
it's
style
stylish
a
as
lot.
fuck, dude. I liked what they did with the UI. I tried going back yesterday and playing Persona 4 for a little bit, and I was like, wow, they made a lot of improvements. Like, you don't think about it, but just like even just like in the UI and navigation, everything's really fluid and everything.
The only thing I don't like about Persona's like UI and everything is I don't like the way the targeting looks when you target an enemy.
It didn't bother me.
That's literally the only thing. Just because it looks kind of out of place with the just
Well,
the
you
real
talking about like the red
stylized.
circle that like targets them specifically, or the way the camera moves, or whatever? Just the
The
circle you
target,
don't like?
the target specifically, it just looks a little out of place. But it's such
I
a
can see what
minor
you're saying,
thing.
but it's a really
It's such a minor thing. That's just more of a like
a
me
nitpick.
thing.
Like, and it's really subjective too. Like, I don't like. It's fine for me.
Yeah, that's why I said it's like.
I mean,
really
you could
like a
argue
super minor
that like your turn, your command. I can't even think of the word. You know, your attack, persona, whatever, all your shit there. Hey, look at that bug. There's a bug on my leg. That looks really out of place too, I guess, because it's just these weird letters sticking out of your character. But oh yeah, the music. I actually like. I've seen a lot of people like saying, "Oh, the music isn't as good in this one." I like it a lot more than 4. I mean, and the music's always good in Persona, but I think this one's a little bit better. It's a little less. I think it's a little. It's a little more toned down. I think. I guess it has a heavier jazz influence this time. There's some really good bass lines in the songs here. I haven't paid that much attention in 4 to this bass lines, but in this one, if you put on some headphones, you're like, fucking hey, dude, that's freaking sweet. What else was I gonna say?
You're gonna go through like Nier, I think.
It's a
I
weird
had something
trash
to say for Persona. I think the music.
jazz.
I don't know, whatever. The music's really, I enjoy it more than 4. I enjoy pretty much everything about this game more than 4. I really couldn't, like, I'm still going through 4. I'll get through it eventually, but, like, it's kind of just I pick it up when I feel like it. But Persona 5 is like, this is a good game. I like this one. I think the pacing is a little more tight in this one. But I haven't, like I said, I haven't got that far. I'm further in 5 than I am in 4. And Nier is a really solid game too. Another game with really good music. I don't know if I can say just straight up that it's better than or is as good as 5 Persona 5, but it's got some pretty good music. It's really, the combat is a little bit on the simplistic side, but it's not really a hindrance to the game itself. The only thing the only complaint I really have about the combat itself is that when there's big groups of enemies, it's almost impossible to fucking tell like if something's gonna hit you, because there's things off screen and like most of the time their eyes glow when they're gonna hit you, but a lot of the time during like boss battles or something, I mean, I'm just kind of shit at the game in general, but like if I feel like I'm gonna hit, I just start spamming the dodge, and then I'm like, oh, I'm fine, and then I can start hitting again until I just start spamming the dodge again. But no, that's a really fun game. I haven't really played anything else that's new or anything recently. I don't know what else you guys want to talk about.
I've been playing Dragon Age Inquisition. It's a good game. I recommend.
No, it's not a good game.
What do you mean it's not a good game?
It's a bad game.
How?
It's fucking terrible.
Please inform me. Give me specific.
It's bad. You shouldn't play that game.
It's not as good as Todd Howard's masterpiece Skyrim, which I'm excited to see come to the Switch later this year.
They're not even like the same game.
I mean, it's an RPG.
Yeah, it's an RPG
with medieval, with magic elements and medieval stuff.
Fantasy RPG. Wow, that doesn't fucking check off half the games on a list.
Chekhov? He's dead.
Yeah, his actor's dead. I don't know. Did he die in the series? I don't think he did.
They're not writing him in.
Not like officially. No, I'm talking about in the original series.
Oh, I don't know.
I know Kirk is dead. I think, unless they revived him.
What? Oh, I don't know. I've never seen the movie. Stop spoiling shit.
Well, he fucking he dies in front of Patrick Stewart. Poor man.
No.
I doubt.
Also, if you're wondering why this Gromcast doesn't have any video, we've dropped that. There you go. At the end of the episode.
I don't know if we dropped it completely, if we're never going to do it again.
Yeah, but
I think I've been fucking up the audio this entire time. Because I keep like wiggling my foot, and I can just see the waveform, and it's just like, I bet like half of the audio in this podcast is going to be like,
that's good.
It's going to be great. I hope it's like that. I hope that's what it is.
Me too.
I guess I'll let you know.
Yeah, I'll probably look at it before I send it to you.
Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say, Mike.
We've been gone for like 6 months. We haven't done this shit. What do we got to talk about, dude? We got to talk about something. We're only in an hour and 20 minutes.
I've been
watching a lot of the Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Cool. Thanks for cutting me off when you're talking about something that came out in the 80s.
Yes, but Mike, this
talk.
is.
So all I've been playing really recently was I bought that Pocket Rumble because I got sick of waiting for the Switch. It's fun. There's not a lot of people playing right now, so I got put up against like the number 5 player in the game right now online, and I got absolutely bopped.
I'm still waiting for the Switch version.
It is a very fun game though. It's pretty easy to pick up. It's really nice feeling. So
I feel like it lends itself really well to the Switch. The controllers and the playstyle.
Definitely. I don't regret not waiting for the Switch, but
how much is it? I mean, you can still buy it for the Switch.
It's $10.
Yeah,
it's $10. So if I wanted, I could double dip, but I probably won't, just because the online will probably be more active on the PC at full release, or at least more competitive than like Switch, which that's what I would want it more for. So.
And as I was saying, the Ferengi are like they're treated so horribly in Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Because they're assholes.
They're
not part of the Federation. They won't join the Federation. They're like, we just like money, so fuck you. We're gonna try and screw you over in any way you can. Why would you be nice to them?
Well, like, they're not all assholes. That's the thing.
They pretty much are.
Well, like, they showed the one scientist, Ferengi, in the last episode I saw. He made the metaphasic shield generator that could allow them to go close to the sun, and nobody else could do it, and they killed him because
not all Ferengi, okay?
Yeah, not all Ferengi, okay? Man, like, what if we are the Ferengi of the universe, Tom? What if, like, the people come to our planet, and we're just like, yo, no, Donald Trump's our president, we need money. We're not going to take anything unless we need trade. We're going to be those assholes.
Donald Trump really cares about money when he throws away $90 million.
Donald Trump is a Ferengi. Missiles. He's basically a Ferengi, man.
He's a shitty Ferengi.
You think that if aliens come to the planet, we're actually going to survive?
Yeah.
No.
They're gonna.
Well, it depends.
They're gonna like wipe out.
They're gonna be like the Vulcans, man. They're gonna be like,
okay, think about it this way, Mike. What if 25 years from now, they're like, we developed a warp engine, and then we fly over to Europe or whatever, and there's some people that are like as advanced as we are right now. Who do you think's are we gonna wipe them out? No, not really. They're gonna launch a couple nukes up at us.
Are you sure?
Like, fucking hell.
Are you sure we're not gonna find aliens? We're gonna send word back to Earth, and then they're gonna like send armies. We will colonize and turn them into slaves.
Well, this is an interesting discussion.
No, seriously, think about it. Just because an alien civilization gets here doesn't mean that they're all powerful, or that they want to fuck us over, or that they can fuck us over.
That's just a trope.
Yeah, it's a trope because it's fucking scary to think that something could come and just have complete dominance over us. But they could get here and they could just be like, well, we just have this really fucking cool engine and we've got fucking spears for weapons, and we're just like, well, we got some nukes that we're going to shoot at you. So have fun with that.
But Mike.
For some reason, I just feel like they're going to get to us and then realize how dumb of a species we are, and they just won't like us.
Who says that they're not just as dumb? I mean, why?
True. True. Very true.
Now you see, Mike, this is an interesting discussion because in the game Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, they go and take a look at this question basically, but it's not the aliens who are the ones fighting us, it's ourselves. It's the people we sent out to colonize that come back and try and fight us. Space Jon Snow's like, we are the colonists and we want Earth back, and it's like, there's no exact reason why he wants Earth back. He's just an asshole. And that's my what I had to add to that is that I got really pissed at the Infinite Warfare series because their motivation for wanting Earth back was we're assholes, we want to enslave everybody. There you go. Yeah, that's why the Ferengis are shit. And that's why the Ferengi are the worst Star Trek race.
I don't know if I'd say that.
Okay, then who's worse than them? Romulans?
I don't know. You can think there's tons of one-dimensional races and shit that
the
are
Gorn?
Yeah, the Gorn. They're just like, oh, we're evil. We want to kill you. And then Kirk is like, no, I won't kill him.
Nah, man. Jean-Luc Picard, best captain.
Yeah, I mean, TNG, the best series.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Anyone who thinks otherwise.
It's actually sad. I'm at the second to last season. I think I'm just getting onto the last season of TNG. Now I'm gonna have to go watch Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, now you have to go watch Deep Space Nine.
I watched an episode where Worf went to Deep Space Nine with like the Enterprise and like he went and found Klingon people. I don't know. Mm-hmm. He's gonna transfer out of this Enterprise, doesn't he? Doesn't he go to Deep Space Nine?
Yeah, he does. So does Scotty, or not? What's his?
Geordi?
No, not Geordi.
Data?
Was his name Scotty? I don't remember. What's the Irish dude or the
Irish dude?
Mm-hmm. O'Brien.
Chief O'Brien. Yeah, Chief O'Brien. Yeah, the teleporting guy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, man. I was gonna say Geordi doesn't go.
No, he does not.
Yeah,
he gets his own ship, doesn't he? He becomes captain of his own ship.
Don't ask me.
You've never seen the movies or anything.
Then after I watch Deep Space Nine, you know what I have to go do? Voyager, and then I can finally finish my my watch through of the best of the series, Star Trek Enterprise.
I don't
with
know
the best.
I wouldn't even go as far as watching. I don't know. For some reason, I don't like Voyager that much.
I don't know. I'm gonna give it a chance.
It used to be my favorite one after TNG, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. You grew up watching this crap. I've never even seen a single.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting.
What happened to the CBS one that's supposed to be happening?
It's still in the works, and you still have to get a subscription, their specific subscription, to watch it.
Yeah, I think supposedly it's like the first episode's gonna be free, but every other one's not, which is stupid.
Which means the first episode is gonna be like amazing, then every episode after is gonna be subpar.
Well, from what I hear, they're gonna like jump around in like the timeline or something.
Yeah, each episode is. It's from what I heard at least. It's supposed to be like different times, which would be interesting. Because the problem with like the specific series themselves are they're kind of grounded in one time. That's why they've had so many random different series at least. Well, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and Enterprise are in a Next Generation.
You haven't watched Star Trek if you say that they're all grounded in the same time.
Well, that's true because it just kind of like. They do whatever the fuck they want anyways.
Well,
but,
I feel like the original series did it more, but they just like go back in time or in shit randomly, or they end up on a planet that's just basically Earth.
The holodeck episodes. Yeah. There's that one that just Data goes to 1800 San Francisco because time distortion.
Yeah, and then Whoopi Goldberg's there.
Yeah, and Whoopi Goldberg's there, whatever her name is in TNG.
Isn't it like Gianna or something?
Something like that. Gyna.
Yeah,
it's Gyna. But they just do whatever the fuck they want. I never really liked those episodes though.
Those are one of the more fun. Those are like the fun episodes.
They're interesting, I guess. But what I just learned here is reading the Star Trek Discovery, the new series. The new series Wikipedia page. It's gonna have Rainn Wilson in it, who played Dwight on The Office. Mm-hmm. That's gonna be really weird.
Anything else you want to talk about?
I don't know. We could just make up some more random shit, but I think that we can save that for another time. Thanks for watching.
Doctor Who's going down the tubes.
Are we hoping to get this on hoping to get Gromcast on a more concrete schedule?
I hope so. I mean, if you all are down, I don't know if we can do more shoot the shit type shit, and rather than talk about the news. Then I'd be fine with that.
I definitely like this format more of talking about having some news in there, but also just kind of talking about what we want to talk about.
Well, to be honest, we talked about aliens. That was really the only interesting thing we talked about.
You talk about. See, you just talk about whatever you're doing at the time. Like I'm watching Star Trek.
Now we're lecturing each other at the end of our episode.
I'm lecturing the audience.
They
Jeremy,
don't care.
Jeremy,
no one's watching. We're an hour and 39 minutes. I'm gonna take 10 minutes off, so we're an hour and a half into this podcast. You know who's watching? You want to know who is watching this episode right now? Me.
Who's ever editing? Yeah.
Yeah, Mike.
All right.
Mike's probably not even gonna watch that far. He's gonna scrub along the timeline and he's be like, "All right, it looks good."
Well, you see, I'm
cutting this to pieces.
In the comments,
I'm destroying this thing.
In the comments, I'm gonna put a time stamp to my message to Jeremy. And it's gonna be, Jeremy, you're a cool kid.
Okay, I think
Jeremy.
I think that's it for this week. So, thanks for watching this Gromcast. And
Let's throw in a little. I was gonna say let's throw in a little channel update, but I don't even know what there is to update anymore. We're just.
We're gonna try to record more.
Yeah, we want to record more. I was gonna put up some videos last weekend, but I got sick, so I didn't really do that. I was gonna make a review for Ghost in the Shell, but I didn't feel like I had anything to contribute. I was gonna make. I'm still kind of like slowly creeping along on a Breath of the Wild review, but it's the same thing. I don't really feel like I have anything to contribute that hasn't already been said. So, I don't know.
I made Tom Simulator 2.
You did.
That's on the channel 4 days ago.
You had to make a video because you couldn't get anyone to download it.
Well, I don't have it anywhere for anybody to download. So I couldn't let that type of stupidity go to waste.
Well, and now it has been put to fruition.
Fruition. It's got more views than our Hitman gameplay, so there you go.
I haven't looked at it in a while.
It's 23 views right now.
Well, I mean, who cares about fucking Hitman, though?
Now,
what I want to know is when is our Undertale playthrough? We are long overdue.
When is our what?
What playthrough?
Undertale.
Oh, yeah, we're going to do that.
All right. For whoever stuck around this long, thanks. We're going to be making more of these, hopefully. I don't know. Summer's rolling up. We should have more free time. We'll see what happens.
Remember to like the video, comment the video, subscribe to the video.
This is Season 3. I'll make one guarantee. Season 3, Episode 2 won't be Season 4. Like, this is Season 3 as to last episode, Season 2. That's my one guarantee. There will be a Season 3, Episode 2.
Tom, you can't promise that. That's not something we can deliver on.
I'm promising right now. Tomorrow, you're watching this right now. Tomorrow, we're going to have Episode 2 up. That's a guarantee. You're going to like the way you look.
You can't promise that.
Alright, bye. That's the official end.